This video is your final chance for not one, not two, but three different Bitcoin retreats and events coming up really quickly here in early 2025. So I'm going to run through these really quick, a short and sweet video. To most of you, this isn't going to apply to you, but for a couple of you, you're going to be really glad that you watched this video. So the first one is in Colombia in mid-January 2025. The second one is in El Salvador in late January 2025. And the third one is in Costa Rica in mid-February in 2025. Three South and Latin American countries in the course of a month and a half. Going to be great times to hang out. So I'll just go through them one at a time here. First of all, we have Colombia in January 14th to 20th of 2025. There's one spot left. That's going to be a great time. It's a 6-day trip. You're going to hang out with myself and less than half a dozen other Bitcoiners. We have a helicopter tour planned. We have great speakers lined up. We have Jeff Booth that's going to be there. George Gammon is going to be there. Oliver Velez, BJ Dichter. Many awesome speakers are going to be there. It's a wonderful 2-day conference plus 4 days of exploration of national parks in Colombia. It's going to be a great time. You'll get great Bitcoin education, probably make a couple new great friends in Bitcoin. And of course, it's always great to travel with people instead of on your own, right? These are going to be great people. I vetted myself that you're going to have a great time hanging out with. So again, January 14th to 20th, there is one spot remaining if you want to go on that trip in Colombia in mid-January of next year. Second is El Salvador. Okay, there is a mini trip retreat I'm putting on in late January in El Salvador. There are 2 spots left to that. That's going to be an even smaller one than the Colombia one. Right now, there's only a couple people going to be there, but it's going to be super casual. We have a oceanfront house rented at one of the most beautiful private beaches in all of El Salvador. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. I've been there twice now, and it is amazing. You're definitely going to want to make it there. If you've never been to El Salvador yet, this is a great opportunity. You're going to spend a whole week there. There's a 1-day conference that you'll be able to go to in the main capital, San Salvador. You'll be able to hang out with me and a couple other really awesome Bitcoiners that are down there. You'll be able to travel around. You can surf, obviously world-class surfing, great food, great time. And obviously you're going to be hanging out with other Bitcoiners that have been there before. So the language barrier and, the travel barrier and the unknowns are all removed for you. So that is January 23rd until 31st of 2025 in El Salvador. Feel free to reach out for all 3 of these events. Feel free to text me and say your interest, a bit about you, your story, and if you want to go. 2 spots left for the El Salvador trip. And then finally, we have Costa Rica. Costa Rica, I love Costa Rica. It's beautiful. I've only been there once. I spent 2 weeks there last year, but I'm really looking forward to going back. Costa Rica is absolutely beautiful. There's a wonderful Bitcoin conference going on at the end of the trip there, but we're looking at roughly February 16th to 24th of 2025. There are 3, maybe 4 spots left for that, so there's the most availability for that. If you want to go there, like, it's absolutely beautiful. The wildlife is amazing. The natural beauty is amazing. The Bitcoiners there are pretty awesome too. It's going to be a great conference. I was there last year. Really good time. So if you have any interest in any 3 of these events, please let me know. There is always going to be more opportunities to meet Bitcoiners, right? Because everything in life's a trade-off. And the trade-off of Bitcoin being mass adopted is that everybody's going to use it. The downside, of course, is that there's a brief window period of time that you're going to be able to hang out with other Bitcoiners before Bitcoin's mass adopted, right? So, there'll always be more chances for you to go on Bitcoin trips, right? Obviously, in terms of Bitcoin trips, will be cheaper in the future than they are now. But if you want to hang out with Bitcoiners before Bitcoin becomes mass adopted, when you're hanging out with other hardcore Bitcoiners that have been around for a long time, this is the time to go, right? Some people going on these trips are brand new to Bitcoin. Most of the people that have been on these trips have been in Bitcoin at least 4 years, many of them even over 8 years or so, right? So a lot of people, are going to probably look back at these and be like, man, I wish I did one of those. So just throwing this out there, most of you watching probably don't have the time or the ability or the desire to go on these trips, and that's okay. Thanks for your support. Still, subscribe for future updates and, vacations and trips and retreats or whatever that are coming up. But personally, these are the things I really love to go to. The conferences are fun. but typically the conferences are expensive. Some of these trips, even though they're a week long instead of a couple days long, actually might be cheaper. So for me, I really like these kinds of retreats because it's instead of a hotel in a big expensive city with a few thousand other people you don't know, you get to hang out with 3 to 10 other Bitcoiners that you get to build actual relationships with, have fun with, and do and see beautiful new things with them and on your own as well. So if you have any interest in Colombia, January 14th to 20th, any interest in El Salvador, January 23rd to 31st, or any interest in Costa Rica, February 16th to 24th, please text me. Text the phone number on the screen as soon as possible and let me know what you're looking to do. We'll give you a call and see if it's the right fit, see if you want to go, and then we'll get all the details sorted as soon as possible. So if you have any interest, reach out for those. It's going to be a great time. Would love to have you go. Otherwise, thanks for all your support, and I'll see you in the next video, and have a great end to 2024.